welcome YouTubers, Uncle Dave from DEECEE's Adventures, and I'm coming at you with another review from the review rug. Today we have a very large knife, a knife that we can hardly even get in frame today. This is a Becker BK39, aka the Becker BK9 clear coat version. This knife is 14.75 inches overall length. It has a 9.25 blade edge there, cutting edge, and it comes with these sweet green grivery grips. Designed by Becker, and it's made out of the 1095 Crowvan steel. Super hard, sharpens really well, and from what I'm seeing with my BK7 and from other videos, it doesn't seem to chip that bad either, especially for how hard it is and how well it sharpens up. This thing sharpens up really sharp. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with this. I think I'm gonna be stripping this blade though, and here we can take a look at this next to my BK7. I got the clear coat, and the clear coat here that it comes with, Becker says that it basically is just the same exact coating that is on the black version of this knife, except for it doesn't have the pigment or the texture in it. And it is really smooth, so for batoning and other stuff like that, it's going to slide through wood a lot easier than the black coating that you get on the original one. Plus this has more of that patinaed rustic look, which is what a lot of guys are going for. And when you put those micarta grips on it that they have for this knife, it looks pretty sweet and pretty rustic looking. It's a pretty nice knife, really heavy duty. The spine on this thing is super thick, and this thing's made for some pretty heavy duty work. If you can see here, I don't know if you can, there's a little bit of rust. On the tip of this blade, and I just got this from Amazon, so that's a bummer. But since I'm planning on stripping the blade off anyways, I'm not going to return this to Amazon. I'm just going to take that coating off with some Jasco and sand her down, buff her up, and see how she comes out. I'm interested to see how bad the tooling marks are on this, because the tooling marks on my BK7 when I stripped it down were pretty severe, and I am still working on sanding those out. Trying to keep it real low temp, so it takes a long time to wet sand that stuff out with pretty fine paper. There's probably better ways to do it. I just don't know anything about it or have any of the equipment to do that. Another reason why I really ordered this knife is because I wanted these green grivery grips. I wanted these green grips for my BK7, and this is the only way to get them, is to either order this BK39 or order the BK32, which is just a BK2 with the green and the clear coat. I wanted the green handles because when I'm in the woods for an extended period of time, I'm gonna carry this BK7 some of the times, a lot of the times actually, and I want to have these green grips on it, so if I set it down in the woods or something, it's a lot easier to see these green grips. And at night, if you want to grab your knife, these are definitely a lot better in low light situation than that black handle is. So this Becker 39 BK39 comes with this Cadora Molly fixable belt sheath. It opens up here so you don't have to take off the belt when putting it on. It also has a little pocket here, which in this pocket there's a room for whatever you want, plus there's a sheath in here for a remora, one of those little knives that accompanies the BK9. They also make it a slot in one of those for the BK7 as well. And that sheath. I haven't tried it. I haven't actually seen how much bigger this sheath is than the 9. I mean, than the 7. But it is quite a bit bigger. They almost look like they're the same size when you take them out of the box. But this BK7 floats around in that quite a bit. So, my thoughts, big great knife. Haven't tested it out much. We'll see what it does. I have used a BK9 with a black coating on it for about a week once while hanging out in the woods, and I really liked it. That's why I bought one of these. So we're going to strip that coating off and see what it looks like underneath that, and I'll give you guys a quick look at that at the end of this video. But as always, Uncle Dave from DEECEE's Adventures. Thanks for joining me on another video. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next knife review video. That's what should be coming up next. We're going to do a bunch of those on the channel. Make sure you guys stay tuned, and I will see you all later. Alright, so it's been like probably a week or so since I took the coating off this blade, but I forgot to make this second half of this video for the end of this video here. So this is what this BK39 looks like without the coating on, and the coating was just a really thin clear coat, and then when you got under, it had kind of a bluing on it, and it still had that laser etching here. So that all came off as we sanded it, but you could see when you sanded too, it had a nice dark color to it, like the you know, the slurry that you were making when you sand. Because I think it had like a bluing coat on it, where they blued it and then put a clear coat on it. But it came out clean, and I still have some duct tape pieces on the blade here. But I'll run this through the work sharp in a little while here. And it'll come out. You can still see, you can still see the BK K-bar laser etching in there. I didn't take all the tooling off, all the tooling marks, but it's pretty close to all the tooling marks are off of that. It came out pretty good. It looks pretty good. But I don't know, this knife is just so big. It's like not practical. It's so big. This knife though, on the other hand, is perfect. I love the BK7. Now after using both of these knives for the last week together, I definitely love the BK7 more than the BK9. These green handles are friggin' awesome too. I'm surprised they're not making a BK7 with the clear coat and everything. But this thing is cleaned up really nice. And I'm going to go over it one more time. Got DEECEE etched into there with some of that gun bluing bleach etching method that I learned from Chris over at Prepared Mind 101. Thanks, Chris. It came out awesome. This knife is friggin' awesome, dude. Thanks, buddy. And thanks for everybody who stayed this long in the channel. You got a chance to see what these blades came out looking like, and yeah, I don't know. It was interesting stripping one of these clear coat blades. It was pretty different than the black coating. It came off a lot easier, but then there was the bluing underneath that you still had to deal with, so it wasn't really easier. I would probably go and just buy the black coating, but I needed these green handles. These green handles are epic on this BK7. Unless you're in a really bright jungle, this is going to stand out. This is going to stand out in the main woods. So if I set this knife down, I won't forget it, which sometimes happens with the black, and definitely I can see these so much better in low light situations in those black handles. I love it. Alright, well, thanks again for joining me. I'll see you guys all in the next video.